everybody. Welcome to day 3 of Advent and day 3 of Vlogmas. So I thought I'd come on first, open the Advent and then come back when I'm a little bit more awake. So we've got day 3. Oh, look at that one. Isn't it gorgeous? That's beautiful. That one. And then day 3 on the candle, which is just here. Which side does it open? What colour do we going to think it's going to be? I think it's going to be green again. Hey, I was right. Oh, that's nice. Right, there are some scents on the back, so let's try and work out what it is. Oh, I can't read that. I can't read it. Josh read them yesterday, but I can't read that. It's too small.
You want me to read it?
Can you read any of those out?
Singing carols.
So it could either be singing carols, which... What's the next one?
Snowflake cookie.
It's not snowflake cookie. What's the next one? Oh, it smells so nice.
Sorry.
Is my pen falling over?
Sorry.
What's that one?
Christmas magic.
What's that one?
Christmas cookie. Holiday hearth.
Holiday what?
It says Hearth.
Okay.
Surprise snowfall. Cinnamon stick. And the last one is pecan pie bites.
It's cinnamon stick. Yeah, can you smell the cinnamon in that?
Yeah.
Cinnamon stick.
I didn't even make the camera.
Just ram a candle under your nose. Right, I'll be back in a bit. I haven't actually moved. It's 10:15 and I've not moved. I'm sitting working on Advent socks and I'm watching Caroline and the Ari Bart podcast and I'm just having a great morning. I've decided it's going to be a super relaxing day today and I'm not going to do very, very much. Danny's just dyeing some yarn in the kitchen and I am going to go get dressed. I'm going to make the effort to do that, but I'm not rushing. I'm having a great morning. Is that too dark? I have no idea. Right, we're going to make some bread. So, we're going to make some bread rolls today. We were going to have cottage pie for tea, but I think I'm going to do some burgers instead. So, I'm going to make some bread rolls. I'll show you what I do. The recipe I follow is on YouTube. I will link that video down below. It's a really good recipe. The only problem with it is the dough sometimes is incredibly sticky and hard to work with. You've just got to manage it. But if you don't mind a bit of sticky dough, the bread rolls turn out amazing. So 1 cup of warm water into the bread pan. Two tablespoons of butter. It does say softened butter, but I just use utterly butterly and it's fine. So 2 tablespoons of butter. Which is always really hard to get off the scoop. Here comes Danny.
You're taking the spot so quick, haven't you?
Danny's just been dying
Hello.
this morning.
Alright, that's
Now I need to wash this. We stick that in the fridge for me, please, don't we?
no worries. You do make it better than the cat.
Yeah, Jack is sat behind you. I'll edit out the bits where I'm washing up.
So yes, I'll be dying some yarn this morning for patrons and for a lovely private order for a lovely person. She knows who she is. But yeah, so I'll be doing that this morning. And yeah, all good fun.
All good fun. Oh, can I have an egg?
Huh?
An egg.
An egg.
We need an egg. So we've got one. You want 5 eggs? So 1 cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg.
1 egg.
1 egg. I'll just have the cardboard bit so I can put the shell in it. 1 egg. Thank you. And then 3 1/4 cups of flour. I'm going to put a little bit more flour in than I usually do because it gets really, really sticky. So let me just dry my cup measure out. One. 2. Oh, sugar me. 3, and I'm going to put 3 1/2 in rather than 3 1/4. You can tell I've been watching Vlogmases, can't you? I'm singing all the Vlogmas tunes. Right, leave my cup measure back. And then, in fact I don't need that again, I don't think. I can't remember how much salt the recipe calls for. I think it was quite a lot. I don't put anywhere near that amount of salt in. That's why I'm telling you my ingredients, because I did change the recipe slightly. I only put just over ½ teaspoon of salt in. I think it was a really high amount of salt. I don't put that much in. And it was a really high amount of yeast as well. So, salt, sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar. We only need 1 in. And I put 2 teaspoons of yeast in. Not what the recipe said. Once you've done all that, pop it in your bread maker on the dough cycle. So I'll just plug the bread maker in. I'll go through my list again, what I used, because I think I've not told you properly. Before I press start, right, so I did 1 cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, I did 3 1/2 cups of flour, bread flour, ½ teaspoon of salt, I put 1 tablespoon of sugar in, not 2, and 2 teaspoons of yeast. Press play. No, press go. and let that do its thing. And I'll show you what I do in a little bit. Oops, I'm just going to turn you slightly. There we go, I'm still here. Bert's at the window now wanting to come in, bless him. So today I am catching up on all the Vlogmases and having a day of just knitting. I've got all patron Zoom tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. It's our first all patron Zoom we've had. So if you're a patron, the Zooms are for tier 3 and tier 4, but every so often we have all patron Zooms, and this is our first one. So I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody, because I speak to so many people in comments and things like that, and you all know me, but I don't know you as well, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I'm going to do that, and I need to put a post on Patreon about the Zoom. I'll do that in a little bit. So, time to knit! Yay! The dough is ready. So, I'm going to see how sticky it is this time, because the past 2 times it has been incredibly sticky. I'm just going to stick some flour on the worktop, and then I am going to get it out. So it's now just after 12, and we shall do the dough. I'll leave the flour out because I might need it. Right. Not really. Dough. You can tell how sticky it's going to be as soon as you tip it. So let me move you down now. It's a sticky one. I need a spoon. The extra flour helped. Right. Oh, it's not that bad at all. So, all you do is just leave it for 10 minutes, like that. I'll be back. Right, so now you need to shape them. It says that you should get 12 tea cakes, but we'll see how many we get. I sometimes only get 8. So, can you see? Hang on. Is that better? You can see now. So, I'm going to turn it in half, 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 half. Just keep putting it in half until I get some decent sizes and see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do a couple of smallies. That's a bigger one. And then all you do is just fold it over like that. Pop it on there. So the extra flour really helped this time. Sometimes you do it and it is so sticky, it's ridiculous. You can still do it, but it's just you get it everywhere. So the extra flour really helped. And all I'm doing is I'm just folding the bottom over. Like this. Just to give it a little stretch. And then they're going to need to sit for 40 minutes to rise. That's a really big one. Never mind, we're having burgers for tea. Somebody will like a big one. A word of warning, they don't last 2 minutes. Everybody loves them. and they really don't last. So you were making them every day if you make these. I put them in the oven at 200. I think if you've got a fan oven, 180 will be fine. They only take about 12 minutes. They really don't take long in the oven. So let them rise for 40 minutes and they really should double in size. And then pop them in the oven. I put them in 200 because my oven's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. So everything needs a higher temperature and it takes longer, but don't put yours in at 200. It should be 180, maybe a bit less if you've got a fan. But it does tell you on the YouTube video that I'll link below. So because I've done the dough in the bread maker, the bread maker has taken care of the first rise, so I'm just doing the second rise. They're all misshapen. That's okay. I'm just turning them a little bit more because I've got so much flour on here. I was expecting it to be so sticky and it wasn't, so I'm just mixing the flour in as I do it. That's why I'm prattling around with it a little bit more. Clean all this flour off here. So my bread maker was not the most expensive one. Let me move you back up. Hang on a minute. Right, okay. Try and work out what I'm doing. First of all, these are them. I'm going to leave them on there, out of the way of the cats, just to rise for 40 minutes. I'll check them at 1. Where are we? My bread maker was not an expensive one. It was one of the cheapest ones. And it's just this one. I can't see, so I'm hoping you can. It's just a really basic model, but it's been fab. I've not really experimented with what it can do yet. I've just made bread and bread rolls because that's what we eat more than anything. So, right now, quick finish with my coffee, and then Danny wants his hair cutting, so I'm going to do that. They are just going to go in the oven now. So, they have risen, doubled in size, and now into the oven for 12 minutes.
Looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Alex.
Cut his hair finally.
Let's
go and check the bread. Are we ready? Oh wow. They are done. Nice and hollow when you tap them. They are done. They've risen a lot more this time than they do usually. Normally they're a bit flatter. It's how I shape them, I'm sure. But they are done. Have bread for tea, and there's somebody knocking on the door. You've hardly seen him on the vlogs yet. He's drinking a milkshake.
I always take a sip before I give it to Josh.
That's not Josh's, that's yours. Josh's is there. He's been busy playing online with his friend today, haven't you? Mm-hmm. He's having a great day. Nice and chilled. Yeah, he had to get a new Xbox controller the other day. He's broke, so he went for a lime green, which he really likes. Yeah. So, I've just made a coffee, I've made the boys a milkshake, and then I am going to go and sit down and watch a Christmas film. I think I've got a few on my Netflix list, so I'm going to watch one of those before I start tea or while I'm cooking tea. So I'm going to really enjoy that. I've got, do you know, got another patch in my hair. I thought I'd got over the alopecia, but no, we've got a new patch. Danny just says not to worry about it. And that's easier said than done, it really is. At the moment, it's only about that big. Just there, which I'm covering up. As long as it stays only about that big. It's not the end of the world, Alex. It's only hair. Thought I'd got over this, but clearly not. Anyway, I'm going to have a coffee, go and watch a Christmas film, get in some Christmas spirit before I make tea and while I'm cooking tea. We're going to have burger and chips with homemade bread. It's going to be lovely. A ball patch is fine. it is now 5:30. So, thought I'd better come on and show you what I have worked on so far. So, I have a pile of granny squares, and this one's almost finished. So, I've done these 2, 3. These are the Advent ones out of the Advent calendar this time. And then I'm adding to those. So I've done 3, 6. I'm on number 7. I need to catch up with those. And the granny triangle blanket. No, why do I keep calling it a granny triangle blanket? The triangulum blanket. Ooh, we've got that so far. I'm having so much fun doing this. I really am. I'm just enjoying all these little projects. I can understand, you know, why Sandra Paul loves to make granny squares. Because I've made a few in the past and then got bored of making them. But now, I've seemed to have turned a corner with the granny squares. And I've just been sat all day admiring these. Just look at that little pile. I'm really, really enjoying this. So that's that one. The socks, they've been worked on too. The ends are woven in on the socks as well. So that is how they're working up. And there are 2. I've just, I don't think while I'm doing the legs on the sock that I'll get the spare yarn into the granny triangle, because you go up by 18 stitches for the leg on these socks to make them slouchy, you see. So I think that's going to take my extra 3.5 grams that I had left for the granny triangle. So I'm just adding different yarns into that. But that's my socks. And my last project is the C2C. So once I've done this one, that'll be 2 rows done. I'm doing it 10 wide and then probably 12 long. So it's really, really coming together now. I'm really enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. Sometimes I think things are just meant to be a certain way. Really enjoying it. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you're all having a lovely, lovely weekend. It's not been as quiet and relaxing as I hoped this weekend. I've still been a little bit busy, but it's been nice not to have to go anywhere and just to be able to potter around the house, which has been really nice. So I'm going to go now. It's 5:30 and I've got a Zoom at 7, so I want to get the video rendered and then uploaded to YouTube before the Zoom at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to see you all tomorrow for day 4. Wow, I'm not going to say that all the way through Vlogmas, I promise. We've got a really busy week next week. We're busy every single day next week, so there should be more going on next week. But we'll take you along. So I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye-bye, everybody.